Hello, Rebel. Welcome back. I've been a bit sick, but we're back now. It's been a long while. I am Full Metal. I'm joined by Crusader this morning. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going, Crusader?
Not bad, mate. Yourself?
I'm feeling better, which is good. I can actually talk, which is conducive to good casting, I believe.
Yeah, but when do you say anything that anyone wants to listen to in the first place?
Hopefully this very cast. I'm gonna put up a quick poll while we get the teams covered, see what people's opinions are, who's gonna win, who's not. And it's Gerber. It's some of Gerber's team. He did lose Knife Smuggler last match to being punched in the head by a Minotaur, I believe.
Well, I mean, that would do it.
It tends to.
That would certainly do it.
It's not much of a team, is it?
I mean, how old's this Bretonian team now?
2 seasons.
It's looking a little undercooked for 2 seasons, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, stuff keeps dying. Is his problem?
Yeah, I can sort of see that.
It's the 0 leveled peasants means no dirty players anywhere. 2 blockers and one of them's out, which is gonna suck. And then there's like what, 6 guilds across all 4 nights. It's not good. It's not good at all.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you've got no 30-player peasants, then you're simply just gonna coast on the quantity rather than the quality of their skills, aren't you?
Oh, you're still gonna foul. You're still gonna foul
Absolutely.
every single opportunity you get, and he does. That's why he's got so many of them. But I mean, he's got 2 less. He's actually only at 12 for this game, which could be a concern.
How much in petty cash is he gonna get?
I believe I'm gonna.
Because I'm making a grand assumption that he's down on petty cash. Down on TV.
Haringzord, thank you, Haringzord. Work from home day. The best day, Zord. Awesome. Thank you very much for the resub, man. Super appreciated. Where is he? He is getting. He messaged me the other day because he was talking about inducements. He gets 380.
I mean, that's a couple of star players. I can never remember which star players the Bretonians get. I know they get Griff, and I know they get Zug, and they get Zara. Yeah, Willowbank. They get Willowbark, don't they?
Yeah, they get a lot of random stuff.
Yeah,
Zara might work.
I mean, the Willowbark makes sense given the lore of the Bretonians and the Wood Elves, but
he did pick up. Zara is going to come into this match because he picked up Zara with a Slayer, the lineman at the bottom there. That's a new hire because he only had 13 He only had 13 before this match, so I know he's picked that up because he originally was talking about having 90k from bank, and he's only got 50 there. Now his opponent is Vampire.
Yeah, Yasmir.
Who saw that coming?
Masters of the Bloodverse. I mean, I saw it coming because I cast the last match.
Well, yes, but that's not the point.
It's neither here nor there.
This is neither here. This has got more development than Gerber's team, for sure. It's got more players than Gerber's team as well.
Yeah, the development's also on the vampires too, which is a crucial thing that you are looking for here.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, everyone's voted for Gerber over Yasmir. We've got 75% of the voters, which was 3 of them, saying Gerber's going to take it, and only 1 backing Yasmir. That might have been Yasmir.
Could possibly have been.
But it's got tons of rerolls. I like this because when me and Gerber were talking, we're like, well, is a chef a possibility? Can you look at, because that can really do damage to vampires, but when he's got 5 rerolls, it's not going to do that much damage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if it steals, say, 2 rerolls, I mean,
yeah. Well,
at that point,
Aldar, if you didn't vote, you don't have a voice,
leader.
So shush. That's how it works. You put the vote on the poll, or you don't. It doesn't matter. Your opinion is invalid.
Is irrelevant, null and void.
It's not a bad play though, is it? Having leader, block, and tackle. It's quite good actually. That thrall.
I mean, the vampires always love see leader thralls for the obvious reason that they are a reroll heavy team.
Actually, I watched your game
about the chef, right?
I watched your game when you cast this team, right? And I was still feeling a little under the weather, and I was on the telly and I was lying down on the couch and I dozed off. Right, start the first half, vampires had the ball, makes sense. Dozed off, start the second half, the vampires still have the ball, and I was like, what? I know I've missed like 5 turns here in the middle, but why do they still have the ball in a different drive? And I just never. I couldn't get my head around what had happened in the middle, in the first 2 turns of the second half. That they just got the ball back so casually.
Yeah, suffice it to say, it was a very crazy game. But yeah, talking about the chef against these vampires, I don't see it being good value.
No, I don't either. Like I said, maybe without the leader.
Even if it wasn't for the leader, I don't think I'd see it to be that great value, because like if it does nothing, you spent 300k on an inducement that does nothing.
Yeah, but if you manage to get 2 rerolls, which is roughly average, if you get 2 rerolls and a half and put a vampire team on 2 rerolls before they start, that can be crippling.
Yeah, it's cruel, but again, like if it does nothing. And it has just as likely chance of doing nothing as it does doing something.
That's not true at all. That's not how math works.
The chef absolutely has just as much chance to do nothing as it does doing something. The wizard, on the other hand,
that's not true.
Affects how people play.
I know he won't get a chef. Maybe without the leader, he was considering it, is the point. But you can't say that. Like, if it does nothing, it does nothing. Well, if a wizard does nothing, it does nothing. If you get called by the ref the first time you foul and then roll a 1 on a bribe, it does nothing.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't deny that a wizard, even if you haven't pulled the trigger on it, still affects the outcome of the game. It still affects how your opponent plays.
Mm-hmm.
Which is infinitely more than a chef that does nothing.
But you're very into the chef will do nothing, which is not necessarily.
No, I'm just saying, like, I think if you're taking the chef, you're spending 300k of your petty cash, which is basically the whole sum of it, on something that could do absolutely nothing for the entirety of the game. Or a wizard, if you pick up a wizard and some other players or whatnot, the wizard will do something regardless of whether or not you used it. Your opponent has to play around it. A chef that does nothing from the get-go, they just shrug their shoulders and go, all right, I don't have to worry about anything else.
Yeah, you still got to worry about the second half. And that's where it could be even more dangerous. I would take a chef that does nothing in the first half if it did everything in the second half.
I mean, that's a big gamble, though.
It is a gamble. I mean, that's the thing is, I mean, when you're playing 400k plus inducements down, it's always a gamble.
Yeah, but I think you're going to get more bang for your buck if you buy a wizard.
To be fair, before he picked up the line woman, he could have got both. But it was one of the ideas he was battering around, like I said, until we looked at the leader and the pros and the fact that there's an Agi 5, which is insanely reliable as well, and there's a Strength 5, which is nice and reliable, and they've all got Blodge, which is gross. You know, this is a nicely built out set of vampires. They're going to be a real concern if someone doesn't put these down. Which might mean
they'll put themselves down eventually.
Yeah, which might mean Zara comes to the field and puts them down for them.
I mean, how many times have we seen Zara induced in a matchup where she's actually good with stabbing against the undead, and then people just don't stab with her?
No, Gerber will stab.
And that's my hope, that if he does go down Zara path, we see stabbing, because I've seen it too many times. Too many damn times. People getting Zara and not stabbing.
What always makes me laugh as well is Zara does get +1 from stakes when stabbing thralls, despite them not technically being dead.
Yeah, because they're on the vampire team, yeah.
There's also a world where if vampires induce Morgan Thorg, Zara will get +1 to stab him too, because he's playing for.
Yeah, I mean that's a really weird word.
It's the phraseology of the skill, which says any player playing for the following teams.
Yeah, no, but like that's a world where the vampire team has the 400k in the bank to then buy Morg. Or you're talking about like the Bretonian team having the cash in the bank to get Zara and then being heavily overdogged.
You overdog Zara, and that allows the vampires to pick up Morg. I'm not saying it's a smart strategy. I'm just saying it is how the interaction works.
that'd be a weird world where you got a vampire team carrying 500k worth of treasury.
We just decided to buy
Strange world
more,
we would live in.
just to BM a little bit.
Yeah, we had all this extra gold that we weren't using because nothing's dying. So Morg, okay, Morg.
Let's go back over Gerber's team real quick, and he has got one. Losing the tackle player is gonna suck for him, really, because full-blood vampires and only having one tackle. The good thing about the Bretonnians though is that they do have Dauntless on their knights, which means that it isn't as hard to fight back against the vampires as other teams would find it.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things I've always liked about the Bretonnians is like if you get a blocker guard early on, then all of a sudden generating 2 dice on those like Black Orcs or those Chaos Warriors and that is actually not that difficult.
Yeah, Dauntless is such a nice free skill.
Yeah, absolutely. It's another. It's on that list of skills that I like, and I'd probably pick more if there wasn't other things that sort of overshadowed it.
Yeah, if you weren't busy taking block and guard and dodge and everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Fend in a way as well. Fend's another one of those skills that you look at it and you go, that'd be really nice, but then you think of something else that's more beneficial at the time.
Yeah, I love
so you're either not getting it or you're getting it last. And at that point,
on Bretonnian peasants, you get a few dirty player, you get a kick in there, and then you start taking wrestle on them, and wrestle Fend peasants are the most annoying things in the universe.
Oh, they're obnoxious. And
I love it. Because it's like...
Then your opponent starts looking at their big killer piece with Juggernaut going, oh, do I really have to go and hit a peasant with Juggernaut? What is this world that we live in?
The flip side is it turns peasants from these things that people like throwing blocks at because they're nice, squishy AV7, they're SPP pinatas, right? And then you go, but now they're going to wrestle me, or they're going to fend, and I'm going to get stuck in the wrong place, and it's just like, oh, life sucks. And then if you get a blocker who's developed enough, and you can go wrestle, guard, stand firm, fend, you become even more annoying. Because do you stand firm and go, oh, well, now I'm in a really awkward place, or do you fend? It's just, it's dumb. It's so dumb. Love them. Of course, Gerber needs to put some actual SPP on the team before we get anywhere near that.
Well, I have it on good authority from the match official Squiggles McDougal, and the game is live.
Is it really? Gerber was supposed to tell me, and Gerber has not told me.
Oh, well, when has Gerber ever been reliable?
Yeah, when has Gerber been reliable? Hopefully today, because I want to see him muller some vampires. I'm not saying I'm biased, but I tend to side with the Bretonnians when they're on the field. It's not even Gerber. I'm not saying I'm biased towards Gerber. I'm saying I'm biased towards Bretonnians.
Yeah, it could be anyone playing Bretonnians.
Not anyone. There's certain people I probably wouldn't like.
There's a line. Fair enough.
Like Aldar playing
Interesting
Bretonnians.
inducement package here, though.
Aldar playing Bretonnians might be a bridge too far.
A bit of a stretch. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
So we've got a wizard, which we expected.
Yeah, it's also the Merc dirty player and the Merc blocker with strip ball.
Expected this might be coming. He talked about grabbing this guy as his attack on their ball carrier. Keep them honest, because they don't have shoe hands anywhere on the field, and I'm reliably informed
they don't.
Shoe hands is the best skill in the game.
Sure hands is indeed the best skill in all of Blood Bowl. It's quantifiable. It's been proven by science at the Institute of Big Sure Hands. So yeah.
And the dirty player pickup's nice too. I assume he's going to hunt vampires.
It's fairly self-explanatory.
I assume he's going to hunt vampires with that guy over just maybe if the leader thrall goes down, I'd take that as a choice.
Well, it's interesting you say the leader thrall goes down because in the last game that Yasmir played that we cast, the leader thrall got himself badly hurt and there was no apothecary used on him. He just was like, whatever.
Yeah, it was really early in the game, like turn 2 or something, wasn't it? And
yeah, it was fairly early on in the piece, which left us sort of scratching our heads going, surely that's worth an apothecary.
Is it the difference between playing to win and playing to not lose, I suppose? Long term, it's better for him keeping the leader, even if right now he might lose in the game by not upwing it, kind of thing.
Yeah, the thing is, though, I've not known Yasmir to sort of, like, take that mindset outside of the regular season. Like during the season, was getting to a position where he's like, well, I'm not making it to the playoffs or whatever. I might just try and preserve what I've got. Or if he has like options to get in the playoffs, just needing results to go his way, he'll play a little more conservatively. But I've not really known him to sort of just not make an aggressive play. So,
like I say, it was strange then not seeing the apple, because I remember not.
It really was.
Why is there no apple there? That's surely an apple player. Apparently, it was not. So there you go. That is a short kick and an extra reroll, making Yasmin have six rerolls. I'm just not sure.
Feels a bit obnoxious, doesn't it?
Is that enough rerolls?
I mean, we've seen a certain Kislev team a couple of seasons ago in the playoffs that had like 14 rerolls over the course of the game and still managed to find a loss there.
That was
so.
Funny. Is Gerber keeping the team?
Very entertaining.
He hasn't suggested otherwise at this point.
I don't think there's any reason why you wouldn't.
I mean, the fact that it's got 0 development and is rocketing through the Challenger Cup is a possibility.
I mean, that's a concern, I guess, yeah.
Right, can we ask why we have an AV6 player on the line of scrimmage? Why we have an AV6 player on the pitch?
Attachment?
Yeah, I guess. And also a niggled guy as well. That's fun. Gerber will pile out on all day because it's niggled. He absolutely, like, is target the niggle 101. It's just Gerber strategy. But
I mean, it's a sound strategy, though. Get an early removal, start getting some thralls off the pitch, the vampires get a little bit hungry, then all of a sudden, you've got a significant numbers advantage.
I just don't understand why, especially with 100k in the bank, and obviously he wants to use his money to rebuy a vampire if something goes wrong, but at the same time...
I think he's actually saving up for a 5th vampire.
Yeah, but like, AV6 players are just awful.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, my AV6 player made it to Legend.
Yeah, but your AV6 player was a positional that you cared about, that you worked to protect.
Well, cared is a strong word.
Can we talk about the fact that
protect is a strong word.
In 3 knockdowns and a blitz, in the 3 LOS hits, including an arm vice guy and a niggle guy, we got 2 stuns and no knockdown on the blitz. That's a rough opening shot.
Well, we watched the Choff team recently get effectively 1 knockdown from 4 or 5 hits on the LOS. Against Elves, they were...
No, I mean, his AV6 player is a catcher, which he tends to be protected.
Well, you say that again. Protected's a strong word.
You don't tend to just run him out into open space and watch him die.
Well, no, not.
And you don't stick it. And you don't stick him on the LOS.
Generally speaking, no, that is also true. Although, if I had no other option, he would happily go on the LOS.
Well, yeah, you'd probably put him on the LOS over another guy. But the point is, this guy is AV6 and on the LOS. This guy is niggled and on the LOS. It's... Decisions are being made to allow them to be punched in the face. You did have an AV6 War Dancer, but again, War Dancer is a different kettle of fish to a Thrall.
I mean, if you had the money to replace an AV6 War Dancer, you're going to replace it, aren't you?
Gerben might have been going for the rapid score here, but it looks like he's just going to get punched in the face instead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Yasmin's going to shut that window down if at all possible, and with that, he will find a way to knock him down.
At least we still got a nice friendly game going on. No real damage again. It did have Mighty Blow, I remember.
AV6 War Dancer with Mighty Blow. Oof.
Literal glass cannon.
That's kind of hoit. Yeah, the definition.
We're getting some knockdowns coming back in return, and no damage again. It's a nice friendly game of... It's turning into rugby, really, isn't it? Just everyone pushes everyone over. It's fine. It's not Blood Bowl, there's no blood. No blood at all.
It's quite a family-friendly game.
So far.
Or as I would say, a family-friendly game.
Well, yeah, you would, but that's because you're like showing off that you've got a button.
I mean, do I?
Yes. Yeah, no, I remember like recapping it, Hargrim. It was like, oh, the first game, this guy's going to be like someone to watch. Game 2, oh, they're all dead.
Ah, yes, the caster's curse, or the recapper's curse, whatever would have you.
It was pretty brutal. I might go after this kick guy with the pommer, to be honest.
Might go after this kicker with the pommer.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like, any removal is good removal, right?
Yeah, but kick is especially good. Although he has kicked once, so it is reduced in value. But, you know, still better than hitting a normal one. Gerber has also decided he doesn't like kick. Or these block dice, probably.
But he hasn't, yeah, he hasn't decided he doesn't like it enough. So he's just going to shove him around. Flexing his arm. See, the thing is, Hargrim, the real flex is the stuff that nobody knows about. The stuff that the mixing board allows me to do without me having to say anything about it. That's the real flex.
Is it? It's not really a flex if you're not flexing.
Oh no, I'm flexing to myself. It's fucking great.
It's not a flex if you don't flex.
10 out of 10 would flex again.
I feel like you're talking nonsense. Is he going to continue up the? He's just he's just going to push the knife for the field.
It's an ambitious plan, isn't it? Just to go wandering up the field.
Just keep going. No, I like it. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, do you try it because it turns the game into? Do you use Hypno to try and push through and attack the ball, or do you have to commit Hypno and vampires and all that nonsense to actually going after the scoring threat? Because the last thing you want to do is
fall over on the ground like that.
Well, you definitely don't want that. Is transition into an early offensive drive, because as a vampire you like being on defense. You don't want to go 1-0 down and then go, okay, now I've got to attack, because you don't like that.
I think Yasmi is probably just going to be content to try and keep the scoring threats at bay and wait for an opportunity when the ball is a little bit closer.
Like I say, it's interesting seeing the strategy.
Ag4 and Ag5 vampires are. Like, they're going to make a bunch of dodges. You're going to sweat that a little bit.
Well, Ag5 is really good. And he's got dodge as well.
Yeah, but I mean, he's already got to avoid eating someone and all that. Like,
I don't know. I think Gerber's allowing him to kind of like get baited in. He's left a gap open where he doesn't even have to take dodges to get near the ball here.
Yeah,
he can't get on the ball, but he can get near it.
Yeah, and I don't think Yasmin is going to fall for that opening. Well, I mean, I don't think he will, and part of you has to hope that he won't.
I think he might attack the pommer.
Which I can get behind that.
Still no damage. Like, this is still such a family-friendly game.
Yeah, no damage, but this does enable Yasmin a bit of a way to sort of split the Bretonians in half. Sort of stretch himself out a little bit in the left-hand side here and back towards the center.
Is this not the strategy, though? Is this not what Gerber wanted him to do? Is he falling victim to the plot that you said he wasn't going to fall victim to?
No, I said I don't think he's just going to run headstrong towards Might Juggler. I think splitting the Bretonians in half is probably not the worst idea in the world.
Bretonians are pretty fast, though. They can solve most problems.
I mean, they are, but I mean, vampires are just as fast as them for the most part.
Well, that's not true.
For the most part,
Knights are movement 7.
There's what, 3 players who are movement 7?
That's 3 more
4.
players.
Well,
4 more players.
3. There's one who's moving 6 on the ground.
Yeah, he's an idiot. We don't talk about Ice Juggler.
And I mean, like, but the thing is, like, Ag5 means that he can push himself through more awkward angles, which you would otherwise have to walk around.
I genuinely think what's going to happen is we're going to see Knife Struggler come up and mark this vampire and this thrall. Then we're going to see a blitz from Knife Burglar onto the thrall. And then we're just going to see this knight wander up the sideline, hand off, and score.
Yeah, it's still some dice to be thrown there, but
Not
it's
really
not out of the realm of
a lot
possibility.
dice. It's you're asking for a knockdown with Wrestle Plus. You know, so it's a wrestle. It's what, a 75% chance to knock down into a 1 in 9 handoff, and that's it. That's not a lot of dice.
Ah, pro. What a skill.
Pro is such a good skill.
When it works, yeah, it's great. When it doesn't work, you sort of go, okay.
50% of the time works every time.
Binary, sure. It's like all the Blood Bowl. It's just binary. Either works or it doesn't.
Yeah, even the knight could come back and push, yes, to clear the gap. It's a better angle, you're right. Because you can just drop back and punch the guy. It's even better. It's just win-win, really.
Well, it's not really win-win for that Thrall.
You might as well reroll it. He's got a million.
He's got 6 rerolls. Like, why not?
And the flaw removes an AV6 player. And it wasn't anything to do with being AV6.
And nobody's surprised.
It wasn't anything to do with him being AV6, though, to be fair. But
yeah, rolling an 8 on your armor.
It did also remove a reroll, which is whatever, because he still
It was a
got 5.
free reroll. Yeah. If anything, the removal of the AB6 from the field has made the vampires stronger.
Well, they're still down a man.
Yes, but their total armor value just went up slightly.
Yeah, the average armor value on the pitch went up. Crikey. Yeah, I think we're going to see a score. And it's a dead easy one.
Yeah. Thing is, though, like I don't think Yasmin would be too phased by
there is a
scoring
GFI
anyway.
as well.
This looks more like we're going to see a ballsy stall here, Metal.
This doesn't look like a score anymore.
No, this looks like a ballsy stall. Against vampires is incredibly ballsy.
Yeah, I think Gerber changed his mind. He's seen an opportunity to switch the player. Potentially because he feels like he's baited out these two vampires over onto the left, and then he's going to switch over to the right away from them.
Yeah, but I mean, the two central, like more central vampires can get back across anyway. It's not that dramatic a shift, I don't think.
The damage this game is insanely low.
It's just building up. Tantric Blood Bowl, if you recall. Tantric Blood Bowl is what we're witnessing.
It's just horrible. Do some damage.
What I will say is this is quite nice. Yasmin managed to split the Bretonians, but the Bretonians have now got the ball across the right-hand side and have now wrapped around, sort of trying to pin in the vampires.
Yeah, if it was any other team, this would be really good. The fact is, it's vampires, so they can, if they want, just go, okay, well, now you don't.
We'll just look at this dude in his eyes, and yeah, we'll look at this dude in his eyes, and then we'll just walk through. Yeah.
Look into my eye, and then it's done. Well, I do like the basing up of peasants against vampires, you know, to try and stop them.
Well, I mean, we've said it before numerous times. This is why you base up elves, right? They do eventually fail a 2+ dodge. Eventually.
Which one is doing the scoring? No one's doing the scoring at the moment.
We've done away with the caste system and everyone gets a scoring threat.
Yeah, well, you know, equal. I don't think we're using a Lorna peasant as a scoring threat.
Well, you might. Desperate times and all that.
Yeah, that would be severely desperate times.
Oh no.
leaning on peasants is not the one.
I believe in old Tom. I believe
he's going to kick something before this game's over. Maybe.
Yeah, one can hope.
Yeah, I thought that was a really easy score, to be honest. It was what, like a block down?
Well, it was a couple of
3+
like, who were we blitzing?
2+.
The Thrall? You were looking to blitz the Thrall, yeah?
Yeah, you were going to blitz Stratos Thrall from behind with the Rookie Knight, punch him inwards, and then you had a path up the sideline, hand off to the Blodge Knight, who then could do 1 GFI at score.
My question here to you, Metal, is there a world where Yasmin just goes, you know what, let's blitz down Knife Bungler, or Knife Burglar rather, and then just foul Ice Juggler?
Oh god, Pro failed.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
It
Not
might
ideal,
be.
but
It might change his strategy.
I would like to see a foul on the Mighty Blow piling on piece.
I think most people would.
Yeah, if for nothing else, just to tell Gerber that, hey, you can continue to put him on the ground all you like, but I will foul him
eventually.
Yeah.
Oh, and Hypno gets failed as well. There was a lot of ones rolled that turn for Yasmin.
Yeah, a little less than ideal.
Yeah, you know, you're playing vampires. Ones are going to turn up eventually.
I like this kit too. Black and white, you know, these white skulls on the black stripes.
Oh, Wolf
Looking
Armor,
at the kit.
if Wolf Armor was here, he'd be furious with you.
Ah, I like it.
The Skull Referee kit? Nah. It's like edgy teenager style. Nobody wants that. I reckon, you know, maybe punching Knife Struggler wouldn't, you know, if you're going to blitz something, taking a shot at the guard stand firm player might not be a terrible choice, because he is the only guard on the team.
Yeah, and if you can knock him down, okay, it's just not working here.
Huh.
On like one of two vamps without pro. If you do knock him down though, it does open up a reasonable foul against Ice Juggler as well.
If you don't do that foul though, this, you know, especially with stuff like that Hypno failing, there's a really, like, Ice Juggler's right there, and there's a vampire, a very good vampire, right there. Like, hello. Yeah, it's
Well, this turn's just gone a bit to pot for Yasmin, hasn't it?
it's all gone a bit wrong.
Obligatory pressure.
Yeah, I think he just has to at this point now that the Hypnos have failed. Just mark stuff up and hope. I wonder where his blitz is coming from though.
You'd have to think he vamp, right?
Well, it's likely to be the Mighty Blow. But what's he
On to
hit?
what? Yeah, that's...
No,
maybe
it's
he's just
not.
going for the strength 4.
Hypno finally sticking to something. That's nice. He might be going after Knife Struggler here with the blitz. Oh
No, we'll just go after the ball carrier and find him.
all right then.
But, well, we've seen some weird things today. You may as well pro that.
I'm just gonna roll all of the dice in the world.
And you know what? That's not even the craziest play I've seen today. Not even close.
Yeah.
I saw much stranger in the playoff game earlier.
Well, you've got to imagine if you're Gerber, you just sat there going, okay.
Yeah, it hasn't really changed the equation other than, like, it's going to take Gerber a little bit of time to get the ball back.
I mean, he doesn't even need to blitz with the strip, right? He's right there.
No, yeah, exactly.
So technically, he can still blitz to palm the Agi 5, then bring the guard down. Then it's a 1 dice with strip wrestle, and suddenly the vampires have got this one dude completely out of.
That was an interesting line of play. Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, tackle. Tackle's a good skill.
Yeah, but having it burn
Not
your
quite as
reroll
good as
is
sure
not
hand,
going to make you feel
but,
good. Is that a natural number? Let's find out. On the dice. Yeah, that is natural, so we're going to see the piling on. And that's a big removal. That's a big removal. That's going to make you feel a little better, right?
Well, as you say, like it's not likely that Battle Vamp holds onto the ball right now, but getting rid of an Agi 5 Vampire always going to put a grin on your face.
Yeah, it tends to put a smile on your face, doesn't it?
Tends to feel pretty good, right?
I think you just didn't expect the all-in kind of double GFI. Oh, he's actually got making it 2 dice. Catch is a good skill.
It's not bad.
Catch is a good skill.
The unfortunate thing for him here, though, is that he can't really do anything else to protect Might Juggler, and just aside from hoping that the vampire fails a dodge for a potential blitz.
You could foul it. Double GFI foul.
You get a foul with a blocker, though?
I mean, I might have. Yes, it's a valuable player, but you're fouling a far more valuable player. 3 assists.
Yeah, if I